Welcome to the Football Clan. I'm your host Noma. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And here we go. The international break is over, and there are big games, big upsets, and for me, a big letdown from Real Madrid. But we start with the biggest bottlers of them all. Arsenal's bottling syndrome is back. Arsenal lost to Southampton, a team not in the Premier League, probably in the Championship, and they lost the FA Cup. From 4 trophies to 2 trophies, the bottling syndrome is back. And it's not even a guaranteed 2 trophies, probably only 1, which is the Premier League. They only have 1, which is the Premier League. And to start with, it's a really big disappointment. Going into the Premier League with this form, the bottling syndrome is kind of gonna show, because Arsenal can't keep up with the momentum. They keep on getting bad results. Gabriel looked off today. Arsenal with a poor show. Southampton starting the game with firepower, and Arsenal just failed to pick up momentum. They failed to show that they are the big guys. They are the Premier League top leaders, and they lost. And where do Arsenal go from here? Because another loss in the Premier League, and you may see Manchester City picking up form, because it's just probably Arsenal being Arsenal at the end of the day. A big disappointment for them, but they only have the Premier League to watch for, because you can't really count the Champions League. Champions League, if they can lose to Southampton, who are they not to lose to Sporting? And you have to go back into the question, who may have a better season at the end of the day? Removing the Champions League, which Arsenal are not sure of winning. If Manchester City win the FA Cup and they have already won the Carling Cup, beating Arsenal, and Arsenal win the Premier League, who's had a better season? Please let me know in the comments below, because for me, it's Manchester City, because having 2 domestic trophies, which is the FA Cup and the League Cup, is equivalent to the Premier League. I don't know what you think about that, but for me, I would rather have 2 than 1 Premier League. But anyway, we go into Manchester City versus Liverpool, a showdown of Pep's brilliance. Shirky, Haaland, Semenyo, what a showdown. What a showdown. Slot in the red zone again. Liverpool fans going crazy. They want him out. They want him out now. Can he turn back the momentum and get a Champions League place? Or can he beat PSG to go to the semi-finals of the Champions League? Will they forgive him for that? Because this was basically one of the only trophies Liverpool realistically had to get, and Slot has messed it up. It was a total demolition. 4-0 from Manchester City. Where to from Liverpool? How do they pick up the phone from here? Haaland with the masterclass. And you have to give it to Pep. You have to give it to Pep for setting up this team out. And he was watching from the stands with his daughter. You have to give this team the credit it's due. They're turning the knot at the right time, putting pressure on Arsenal. Because going into this final stage of this season, they have to play Arsenal at Emirates. And you all know what happens at the Emirates to Arsenal. They crumble, they break down, they just don't have the champions in them. What next for them? But we'll be there to see. I'll be here to analyze it, and I'll be here to watch it. And we had Chelsea boys beating 7-0 without Enzo. But this is not a game that really tests Enzo's absence. We'll see in the upcoming games, but it's only 2. It was just a slap on the wrist, nothing too much. He just stated out what he liked, what city he liked. I think Chelsea are overreacting. He said he loves Madrid, so I don't know what's wrong with Madrid. Can't somebody say they like Madrid? Chelsea fans, you let me know. Was Enzo in the right, or was he in the wrong? Let me know. Because for me, that's just an opinion. He says he likes Madrid. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with the player coming out and saying I like a city over another, and you ban him for 2 games? But this game, really, his absence was not really felt, because it was a small side. Everybody expected Chelsea to win, but clear out. And that's it for the FA Cup roundup. Those were the match highlights that I had. And we get into the big games. Real Madrid, my team, disappointing lost. Disappointing game. Mbappe missing so many chances after chances after chances, and the defense was so wide open. Arbeloa benching Vinicius Jr. I do not know why. He's having a good run of form. Play your best players, get the points, and let's get points closer to Barcelona. But as it stands now, the league is gone. The league is gone. We bottled it just like Arsenal. We have bottled the league. A league that was there for us for the taking because of Barcelona's injuries. In Barca's big game that they had, which I'll talk about in a few, but for Madrid, we really have to get back in shape. Going into the week, we have Bayern, and after this loss, how are we mentally? Do we bounce back? But they are playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. But this game was important for our La Liga momentum. I don't know. Like, I don't know where to stand with Arbeloa, but it's really, really, really frustrating when you are not able to pick up points against these teams and picking up the right squad against these teams. And the problem starts again. Mbappe is back and the team looks like we're shaky again. Jude Bellingham is back. We played better without them, but I don't want to get much into that yet. That's a video for another day. But come on, we have to do better. And finally, the game of the day, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. This was like a final. You have to give it to Atletico Madrid. Even being 10 men down, pushing to the end, fighting for the goal. But they couldn't get it. Lewandowski having a number 9 finish. By the end of the day, you have to go down and question these refs. These refs help Barcelona so much. There's so much in Barcelona's favor. We know these things are happening. The refs are biased. The red cards they show to Atletico, but not to Barcelona when they have fouls, the calls that they put up. But aside from the refs, this game was a fantastic watch. Back and forth until the red card. Atletico Madrid putting up their chances, having chances of their own. Lamine Yamal, fantastic pass to Lewandowski. It was a game that was 50-50. I look forward to this game in the Champions League. I would like to see how it goes because Atletico show they can go toe-to-toe with Barcelona. They can. But for La Liga, we give it to Barcelona. The league is gone. Even though they have an injury in Rafinha, they still have 7 points clear. And I feel they'll manage to see this game through. La Liga game 30. It's sad that we bowed out of La Liga like this. The hope that is there, 2%, if Barcelona can manage to lose 2 games, one against Madrid, they still have to come and face us. But that's it for today. That's the recap for today. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I'm your host, Norman, and this is the Football Clan, and I'm out.